Hello BMS users! Now that you have successfully set up your account, you are ready to start utilizing your personalized business management system. In this video, we are going to walk through a typical service provider's workday. You will observe the daily activities performed by customer service reps, dispatchers, technicians, inventory administrators, and service managers. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at job management. There are 3 different sources in which you may receive service call requests. Number 1, job dispatches. You will be able to receive jobs dispatched from service administrators that utilize the ServiceBench system. Hover over the Jobs mega menu and select Service Job Configuration to determine what types of service jobs you would like to automatically accept for each administrator. By ensuring the on-site repair consumer job type resides within the selected column, jobs will automatically appear on your daily schedule for technician assignment. If you choose to not automatically accept jobs, you will need to manually accept all jobs upon review. Click on the Jobs mega menu and view the New Jobs quo. You can either accept all jobs at one time by clicking Accept All, or manually review each job and accept accordingly. Number 2, self-dispatch. Create your own service jobs from customer requests, also known as self-dispatch. Follow along with me as I walk through creating a service job. On many occasions, consumers calling in for service may be returning customers. You will be able to check your customer database by utilizing the Search Customer feature located at the top right-hand corner. Search for a customer by entering a phone number, first name, last name, or primary address in this field. Once you have located the correct customer, click the Create Service Order link. If you cannot find your customer's records, you will need to enter their information when creating a service job. Hover over the Jobs mega menu and select Create Service Order to begin creating a service job for a new customer. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to utilize a returning customer. By clicking Create Service Order, you will notice the customer's postal code automatically populates on the initial service job page. All you need to do here is identify the product line needing service and the job type. Select On-Site Repair Consumer for all jobs in which you will want to schedule to an appointment slot. Click Next when finished. Once you have determined a day and time in which the customer is available for service, select the applicable appointment slot. Almost done. Lastly, enter applicable product information. You will be required to enter a problem description before finalizing the service job. Technicians will be able to capture brand, model information, and serial number while on site. You will notice the customer's information was automatically applied. If you created a service job from scratch, you will need to manually enter the new customer's information here. Don't worry, if you forgot to search for your customer previously, click the Find Customer button here to search. When finished, click the Save button. Now let's consider the third job source in which you will receive jobs, known as the Consumer Portal. Upon signing up for BMS, a unique web address will be generated for your company. Post this web address on your website and save hours per day taking phone calls and scheduling appointments. Follow along with me as I navigate to your personalized web address. Hover over the Admin Mega Menu and select Business Management System. Select the Consumer Portal link located at the top left-hand corner. Notice by clicking on the URL, I am directed to the main Consumer Portal page. Customers will walk through the same steps we previously identified when creating a service order. Let's navigate back to the home screen. Now that we have accepted service jobs and created dispatches accordingly, we can start assigning service jobs to technicians. There are 3 ways to assign service jobs. Number 1, drag and drop the job to a technician on your daily schedule board, also known as your home page. You will notice that once a job is dropped to a technician, the job icon will change from unassigned to job scheduled. Continue dragging and dropping jobs to technicians until all jobs are assigned. Once all jobs are scheduled, you will need to consider the job ordering. Click the Display Routes checkbox. In this example, I will consider technician Hannah. Notice she has 6 jobs assigned to her. Hover over each of the jobs to view what order the jobs will occur. The number shown above each job on the map will indicate what order the jobs will show on the mobile application. You can also move a job to a different slot by unchecking the Display Routes checkbox and dragging the job to the right or to the left. A pop-up message will appear asking you to confirm the time and date change. Enter the reason for the change and click Save. Keep in mind, as shown in the error message, this feature was designed as a force booking option, and your established availability will not be considered. This may result in overbooking. Number 2. View the job details by clicking on a service job and selecting View Details. Scroll down to the Technician's Information section and determine the most qualified technician. If this is a 2-man job, click the Add Technician row to assign a secondary technician. Number 3. Service Edge. Do you have more than 3 technicians and/or spend a considerable amount of time routing jobs? As an optional service to improve productivity, a premium route optimization software is available. With Service Edge, jobs will automatically route to technicians without you having to press a button. If you choose to purchase this premium feature, contact us at 877-472-3624. Our designated administrator will contact you and help you configure your account the way you want it to run. After assigning service jobs, it is now time for the technician to perform service. In this next series, we will consider a technician's point of view. Let's get started. I'm going to log into ServiceBench's mobile application and manage a service job from start to finish as a technician. When you first log into the mobile application, you will be able to see jobs assigned to you in order for the present day. Keep in mind, job ordering was determined when we clicked the Display Routes checkbox on the home page. The number indicated on the map above each job represents what order the jobs will stack in the mobile application. As your first task, you will most likely need to let the customer know you are on the way. Click on the arrow icon within your very first service job. Next, click on the customer's phone number. The customer's number will then populate in your cell phone, allowing you to place a call, letting the customer know you are on the way. Now that you have notified the customer, it is time to travel to their home. Click the Directions link located at the bottom of the screen to view turn-by-turn directions. If you would like to place this address in your cell phone's GPS system, click on the Open Maps app. Now you have arrived at the customer's home. Mark your arrival time by either manually clicking on the Arrive button located at the bottom of the screen or utilizing the Automatic Arrival Departure feature. By turning on this feature, arrival and departure times will be automatically recorded with the help of geofencing. When the technician arrives within a certain radius of the customer's residence, his arrival/departure will be documented. Click on the Update button to add and/or edit service job details such as customer contact information and product information. This would be a great time to add model and serial number information if this was not captured initially. If you have downloaded a scanning application, you will be able to scan the model and serial number into the mobile app. Click Submit after applying changes. If you believe this product may be under warranty and the customer does not have a proof of purchase, click the Check Entitlement link. Keep in mind, the entitlement link applies to specific service administrators. You will need to enter applicable manufacturer information. If the product is under warranty, you will need to submit a claim with your integrated service administrator. If the product is not under warranty, proceed with the invoicing process. We will discuss invoicing momentarily. You may need to take various photos of the model or serial number tag, the product itself, replace parts, etc. Click on the photo link located at the bottom of the screen to attach a photo to the service job. Click on the Attachments link to view photos previously taken and attached to the service job. Now that we have entered product information, taken photos, and checked entitlement, it is time to assess the item being serviced. When assessing the item being serviced, you come to the conclusion you are in need of a part. To search your company's inventory, scroll down to the Parts Used section and click on the arrow icon. Select the magnifying glass to search if a part is in stock in any location. Enter a part number or name and click the Search Parts button. Determine whether or not the part is in stock. For the purpose of this example, we will determine the part is not in stock. I can see part WR30X10093 is not in stock. Click the arrow icon to select the applicable part number. Notice parts information such as part name and retail price were automatically populated. Although you are encouraged to enter as much information as possible, you will only be required to enter the quantity needed. If technicians do not order their own parts, select a status of Order Requested. This will send the part to the requested parts queue, notifying the inventory administrator that you are in need of this part. We will discuss this scenario shortly. If, however, your technicians order their own parts, enter a quantity and click on Create Part Order. On this screen, verify the part number is correct and proceed to search for inventory with one of ServiceBench's integrated parts distributors. Verify the part cost and proceed by clicking the arrow icon. Ensure this is the correct part and click the Add to Cart button. If at any time you need to add additional parts to your order, click Return to Search. On this screen, verify the correct quantity and click Checkout. Enter a shipping address. The system will automatically default to the main service provider's address located in your profile. However, you will be able to enter a different address. When finished, click Continue to Checkout. On this screen, verify all information is correct and click Select Payment. You will be able to delete parts from this order by clicking on the X's located on the right-hand side. Finally, click Place Order. Your parts distributor account will be billed accordingly. Now let's toggle back to our service job and discuss a few other features and functions. If at any time you would like to capture a customer's signature for all services and merchandise rendered, click the Signature button. The customer will be able to use their finger and sign. Click Accept when finished. You will be prompted with the following message. If you select Yes, your customer will receive an email notification with their signature included. We are almost done. If the customer is responsible for any monetary amount, you will most likely need to create an estimate or invoice. Select Estimate Invoice. You will be able to enter diagnostic, labor, and travel mileage amounts here. All part pricing will need to be entered within the Parts Used section of the service job in order to be visible on the invoice. As a BMS user, you will have the opportunity of defining labor rates in which your technicians will be able to apply to customer invoices. If you have established labor rates for each product line per amount type, you will notice a plus sign below each charge. We will discuss this momentarily when we create an invoice from the web UI. If you utilize the automatic tax calculation, only your parts will be taxed. To manually calculate tax, change this option to Manual Calculation. Finally, apply any disclaimer that was set up in the web UI and click Create Estimate Invoice. If at any time you need to make changes to your invoice, click the arrow icon by the Edit Adjustments section. Once you have applied all edits, click the Generate Invoice button to create a bill of sale. Email the invoice to your customer by clicking on the email link. Your customer's email address will automatically populate. Click Submit. Now let's navigate back to our main service job page. If you would like to reschedule the service job, select the Reschedule link. All open time slots will be visible. Select a reschedule reason and click Submit. Finally, click the Depart button when departing from your service job. You will be prompted with a series of questions to close out the job, followed by a notification to the next customer that you are on the way. Now that we have discussed the mobile application, let's revisit our second parts scenario. What if you don't allow your technicians to order parts on the mobile app? What next? Remember when we discussed the requested parts queue and you marked the part as order requested? Let's take a look at the next step to this process flow. Navigate back to the web UI, hover over the Parts mega menu, and select the link labeled Requested Parts. All parts applied on the mobile application and marked as order requested will appear in this queue. You have a couple different options here. Number 1, order all parts by clicking Accept All. This will walk you through the parts ordering process very similar to what the technician experienced on the mobile app. Number 2, you can expand each request ID and order parts individually by clicking Order. Number 3, you will be able to take advantage of batch ordering. With batch ordering, you will be required to set up a batch schedule. When the batch schedule executes, parts will order automatically from your integrated parts distributors without having you touch a button. To set up your batch schedule, hover over the Admin Mega menu and select Schedule Parts Batch Ordering. Or click the Edit Schedule link within the requested parts queue. Let's continue with scenario number 2 and order a part from the web UI. Expand a request ID and click the Order button. Ensure the part number entered is an OEM part number and click Search. Once you have located the correct part, check the checkbox and click Add to Cart. Notice the part cost, core cost, and part availability are listed. On this page, apply the correct quantity needed. If you are changing this value, click the Update button before leaving this page. When finished, click the Checkout button. If at any time you need to add more parts to your order, click the Search Parts link. You will be able to return to your shopping cart at any time by clicking View Cart. Next, identify the shipping address for this part. Because this part is tied to a service job, your customer details will be visible here in the event you wish to have the part shipped directly to the customer. Click Continue to Checkout to proceed with your part order. Enter any additional notes for the parts distributor here. When finished, click Select Payment. On this page, your payment will default to your parts distributor account and invoiced as usual. Click Place Order. And finally, view your confirmation. You will be able to track your order status with any parts distributor connected to the BMS by utilizing the Orders and Shipments tabs. If at any time you need to special order parts not tied to a service job, hover over the Parts Mega menu and select Create Part Order. You will walk through a similar part ordering process. Now let's consider a parts distributor that is not connected to the BMS yet. Let's navigate back to our requested parts queue. Because you may order your parts from a parts distributor not connected to the BMS, you will need to log in your parts distributor account and order these parts as you would normally do. However, once you have an order number, you will need to enter it in the BMS in order to track your parts shipments. Click on the request ID to enter an order number. On this page, identify the parts distributor, order status, unit price, quantity, and part distributor order number. Click Save when finished. Let's recap. So far, we have accepted dispatches, created special part orders, assigned jobs to technicians, and worked a job from the mobile application. Once you have received your parts order, you will need to mark parts as received within the BMS. Upon completing this step, you will be able to reschedule jobs accordingly. Let's consider how to receive parts from connected parts distributors. Hover over the Admin Mega menu and select Receive Parts. Firstly, enter a tracking number, order number, service job number, or transfer number. If you ordered multiple parts utilizing the same order number, it is suggested you search by order number. If you received your shipment in total, click the Received All button to recognize you are not awaiting additional parts. If you have not received your order in its entirety, you will need to enter the quantity received for each separate part number. And click Done. Now that we have received distributed parts to the applicable technicians performing service, it is time to reschedule jobs accordingly. You may be asking yourself, how do I know which jobs to reschedule? Hover over the Reports mega menu and select Create New Report. Utilize the search fields and select Service Job Parts Pick List. You will be able to define your report criteria here. It is suggested you schedule a report in which you receive daily notifications of parts received. This will help when rescheduling jobs. Firstly, select Delivery Method of Email with Attachment. Enter your email address in the Email Report To field. You will be able to enter multiple email addresses by separating with a space and a comma. Next, select a date range of current day. By doing so, you will receive daily reports of parts received. If you would like to customize this report per technician, service job status, or service job substatus, identify information accordingly by selecting applicable fields. However, I'm going to proceed with updating my part status to received. In this case, the report will reflect all parts received on the current day. Finally, indicate and define which report fields are necessary. I'm going to select all report fields so I can show you a better understanding of all information that is offered. Lastly, click Schedule Report. Here, you will need to define the run time and Run Report From fields. Restrict this to the present day. And finally, click Schedule. By opening the Service Jobs Parts Picklist report, you will be able to see all parts received. Scroll to the far right and reschedule jobs accordingly. Let's navigate back to our home page. After rescheduling the job and finishing the service event, you are now able to either file a claim or bill the customer accordingly. To file a claim, navigate to your applicable service job and scroll down to the Products section and select Create Claim. All information entered within your service job will populate in the claims form. Manage all claims by clicking on the Claims mega menu. You will be able to keep track of your claims here. Once you have submitted your claim, keep track of whether or not it was approved or rejected and handle accordingly. If you are billing a customer for COD work, navigate to the applicable service job and select the Customer Invoice tab. Utilize rate codes and apply diagnostic travel mileage and labor charges. Remember, all parts pricing will need to be applied by part line in the service order. Select or upload a disclaimer and click the Create Estimate Invoice button. You will notice on this page the invoiced amount, received amount, and the amount still due by the customer. Similar to the mobile application, you will be able to correct values accordingly by expanding the Adjustment section and making changes as needed. Upon making adjustments, click the Generate Invoice button. This serves as a finalization point. Ensure all edits and adjustments have been made. Not only will you be able to email the invoice to a customer, but you will also have the option to print and snail mail invoices as well. To collect and record customer payments, select the Add New Payment button. You will have the option here to record cash, check, or credit card payments. As a means of receiving payments, ServiceBench has partnered with a payment processing system known as Cayenne. Cayenne allows you and your technicians to enter and process your customer's credit or debit card information while on site or from the web UI. Upon signing up with Cayenne and entering your credentials within ServiceBench, select Credit Card Charge using Cayenne. Enter the amount to be collected from the customer and the payment status, and click Submit. Other payment processors will be available in the near future. Enter the customer's credit card information here. Once submitted, you will be directed back to your service job page in which you will be able to view the charge under the Transaction Summary section. Now that we are reaching the end of the day, it is time to consider your closeout process. Let's consider a few different actions. Number 1. Process to reconcile funds, CODs, collected by the technician and/or sales counter administrator. You will be able to track and manage your accounts receivables by utilizing the Financial module. Hover over the Admin Mega Menu and select Business Management System. Select the link labeled BMS Configuration. To enable the Financial module, ensure the Financial module enabled for service provider checkbox is checked and click Save. As a part of setting up the Financial module, you will need to indicate who the responsible party is for paying labor, parts, and other. Hover over the Admin Mega Menu once again and select Business Management System. Finally, select the Financial Responsibility link and apply changes as needed. Now, select the link labeled Financial Management. On this initial screen, you will be able to search for a particular transaction number or a date range. The transaction number could be a service job number or a claim number. Keep in mind, the date range is restricted to 90 days. You will also be able to search for either a funds or invoice discrepancy. Upon searching, you will see your transaction here. The sales register will show the amount of money the service provider expects to receive for payment of service. The invoice register represents the total monetary amount owed by the customer, the administrator, or both. When a service administrator claim is adjudicated, the amounts associated with the claim are stored in the invoice register. For customer invoices, the invoice register will always be a copy of the sales register. Notice the funds register. This reflects your accounts receivables and how much you have received from the customer or administrator. Finally, view the discrepancy. This will show either the accounts receivable or accounts payable amounts. If you see a negative value, you are still waiting to collect this amount. To view who is responsible for administering payment, click on the Financial Register link. To make adjustments, click the Add Adjustment button and choose the correct applicable register type. Also, consider who the responsible party is. In this example, I would recognize I received $15 from the customer as a deposit. Add a comment and save. Now you will be able to see your adjustment amount under the Funds section. When invoicing a customer as previously shown on the mobile app and web UI, all monetary amounts received within the service job will be shown here. Remember when we received $10? Notice the collected amount is shown here. Note, when doing this search, you will only see items for which you have not yet received payment in full. Thus, you have a discrepancy. Now let's consider the second closeout action. If you do warranty or extended warranty work for a service administrator that utilizes the ServiceBench system, you will most likely need to file and submit claims. Click on the Claims mega menu to manage saved, submitted, escalated, rejected, and approved claims. Number 3. Run the reverse service job parts pick list report to reconcile disposition of all unused parts by tech for that day's job. To run the reverse parts pick list, hover over the Reports mega menu and click Create New Report. Search for the Parts Pick List report. Reconfigure different settings for the Service Job Parts Pick List report. Number 4. As a backup, create technician route sheets for the following day. Search for the Service Job Route Sheet report. Number 5. Perform parts inventory maintenance to replenish stock by location if required. The BMS user responsible for parts management will receive low inventory alerts upon logging into the system. Order parts from connected parts distributors by hovering over the Parts mega menu and selecting Create Part Order. If you are ordering your parts from a non-connected parts distributor, you will need to receive the parts within the BMS once received. To receive parts, hover over the Admin mega menu and select Parts Inventory Maintenance. Search for an applicable part and edit the quantity on hand per part location. Number 6. Export invoices to QuickBooks by running the BMS Invoice Export to QuickBooks report. Hover over the Reports mega menu and select Create New Report. Thank you for watching this end-to-end user video.